You are able to see the screen, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Advantages of decentralization. This one I discussed. A lot of things will clear when you discuss these advantages, disadvantages. It reduces the burden on the top executive. So this is clearly understood whenever you are decentralizing your responsibility, you are giving the lower authority to decide more on their day-to-day life. That means that reduce the burden on the top executive. Facilitate diversification. Diversification means you are dividing, you are grouping it based on the company region, company function, company hierarchy. So that is very easy for your management, for your day-to-day decision making. So that will give lot of facility once you diversify your authority. Executive development. Executive development कौन? तमें इतने गोटे ग्रुप करछो, तमें छोटो ग्रुप रे गोटे डिसीजन होची. That in that group there are a lot of people who is empowered. Suppose तमु गोटे डिसीजन दिया हला, तमु गोटे chance दिया हला, then you will be excited, motivated to decide more, to work better, so that you can understand. You have a scope, so you know that I can decide something, I can do something. So that will help you, push you, boost you for more development, more growth. It promotes the motivation. Exactly the same thing. When you have a chance, you have an opportunity, so you will think lot of things. You can decide something. So that will promote you. That will excite you to motivate new things. That means suppose you are giving an opportunity to individually run a business, run a branch. So that means you are deciding something, you are excited to take the decision for that branch, so that you will always self motivated to promote yourself, to do your work better, better control and supervision. So once you have things are scattered in different groups, so that will help you to monitor, supervise, control in a better situation. So these are the advantages. Reduce the burden of top executive, facilitate the diversification, executive development. It promotes motivation, better control and supervision. Once you understand the concept, you can write, you can make your point, you can make your logic, whatever you are seeing. Suppose I was talking about decentralization. Decentralization, what are the different advantages out of it? So one thing I was saying, quick decision making, that you can write, and no delay, better control and supervision. Once you have smaller groups instead of one group, so you have better management, better control, better supervision, better understanding. Disadvantages kind of uniform policies are not followed. Suppose you have different groups, different departments, that means there is a chance that everyone is doing their business, doing their work in their own style. So there is a difficulty to maintain the uniformity. Uniform policy are not followed. So if you want to apply a rule apply a policy, there is a chance that there is no uniformity. You have to train everyone, you have to explain everyone. So that will an additional overheads, additional work for you. So that is one disadvantages of this model. Problem of coordination. If you have many group, many organization, many authority to decide to work, so that means there is another work to coordinate between each people. So this is one disadvantages. There are so many advantages and disadvantages. So once you understand the concept, so you can write it. So in the below chart, importance of decentralization, that is somehow related to the advantages. Why we need decentralization? Develop initiative among subordinate. This is one we discussed earlier in advantages. Suppose you have a group, a different group who is deciding all these activities, who is running the business. So they have their own initiative. They are subordinate. They are not the top management, but they are thinking or they are growing or they are feeling they have some power. You are given responsibility, so that means you are thinking and doing and trying always to do better because you have some power. You can think, you can take that initiative instead of depending someone. So that will a growth or development to your skill. So that is one important feature of decentralized. Develop managerial talent. This is related to the same point. When you are getting all opportunity, you always try to learn more, try to take a good decision, try to act like a manager. So that will within you unknowingly your managerial skill will grow. So that is what is told develop managerial talent. That means whenever you are managing something, so you are developing your skill within. So that means in the company, so they are training or they are growing multiple managers, multiple leaders. Once they are dividing the authority into decentralization. So that is one important features of decentralized. Develop managerial talent. Quick decision making. This is one we discussed and you understood how it is quick. Because you are nowhere dependent to someone. You are taking your own decision. If something like given to you, you are running a business, running a branch in some other location, some other city, you are deciding what to purchase, what raw material to purchase, how to produce. So you don't have to wait for someone. So that means you are deciding your decision are quick. If you have to wait, you have to depend on the head office. You have to ask them, they have to reply you, then you will take action. So definitely there is a delay, there is a waiting time, there will definitely take time in decision making. That is what told quick decision making. Relief to top level management. This is also well understood. Whenever you are working, taking one decision, one the divisions are decentralized. So the top level management has less work. they can focus more on their other important work because the responsibility is diverted. They can think about the bigger strategic plan, strategic things. So that will reduce their, that is a really big relief to the top management. That is what is told. Relief to top level management. Facilities growth. Facility growth is exactly the same. The initial 2 point. When you have opportunity, you are growing. You are doing your own decision. Better control. Better control also one advantages we discussed. If you are dividing in the smaller pieces your business, that means you are controlling them, you are supervising them, you are monitoring them in a better way. Instead of doing the whole things, you take about our government. So each state, if it is not dividing, it is if it is coming under one government, so it's very difficult. So at least the center is able to track and decide and see, monitor how each state is growing, how each state is performing. So that means it is a good example of decentralizing. So that is what written better control under importance. So these are the importance, these are the features, you can say these are the uh, need for decentralization. So question may come in different language, so you have to understand. So what is the need of decentralization? Why a company decentralization? So you should able to relate where you can write advantages. All these things can come in many places. Why an organization will go for decentralization? What are the advantages of decentralization? What is the need of decentralization? So everything for everything, all these points are valid. You can write the advantages. Disadvantages are less once you understand. So because there are many pieces, coordination is difficult. Uniform policy, uniform bringing uniformity is difficult. These two you remember. Why? Because there are many departments, many organizations, many groups, and because of that, you are getting so many advantages, so many plus point out of this. So once you remember this, you can write your question, write your papers in all the way. You have any concept you want to ask now? You are not able to understand anything. This decentralization is one important topic in your syllabus. Next thing we'll read coordination, communication. There are few important topics. Span of control. All these things are there in the next class. Communication and coordination are very important. Each concept will take one class to understand that. And what I suggest you read through all the books. Go to library, see the books. And if you have any concept, you let me know. If you have any doubt, any questions, you let me know. We can further discuss on this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, today we'll close the class here. So tomorrow you will not have class. Second day after Friday, we'll have class. Friday and Saturday, I will let you know. I will send you the schedule by tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.